All right, welcome back to the program, and we're going to go back to the phone lines. And in the last portion of my time up here before sports, we're going to go to some interviews at St. Francis today, and colleagues and friends speaking about Mayor Charles Davidson. Back to the phone lines, though. Here we go. HTV, welcome to the program. You're on. Go ahead, please. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, you're on. Go ahead, please.
Yes, Martin.
Yes.
I'm calling about people talking about people that's on disability and stuff like that. I worked in a system for 36 years.
Okay.
And I had time getting disability when I needed it.
Mm-hmm.
And I paid into the system 36 years.
Right.
What that means that I don't deserve to get it?
No, and I don't know if he meant that, but what I'm talking about is, yeah, certainly people that have paid into it and people who have a true disability, and including veterans and all too, and elderly. That's why we are taught as Americans to take care of those that can't take care of themselves. What I'm talking about are perfectly able people who can't go to work. I mean, who won't go to work. They can go to work, but they won't, and they just take the checks.
If I could, I would.
And I agree with, yeah, and I feel you. I mean, certainly we're not targeting anybody like you, and I probably believe you. If you could, you would.
And the way the cost of living is right now, I can't afford to pay the insurance on my truck. I have to, it's parking here or not because I can't afford the insurance.
Yeah. Well, you probably suffer for the ones that could go to work, and they're taking the checks. See, if everybody were honest about it, it would work. The problem is, not everybody's honest. And a lot of people are taking from that particular segment that's been carved out to help our needy people, and it's just not working because too many of them got their hands in the cookie jar.
Because I know people that get disability and Social Security, never worked a day in their life.
Mm-hmm.
I also saw people got rural home money with nothing, that money was nothing was damaged to their home. Now they ride around in new cars and stuff like that.
Yep. That's my point. My point is you are suffering because of those people.
So I was just trying to get that across. You have a nice night.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it. HTV, welcome to our program tonight. Your comment, please.
Hey, man.
What's up, Ricky? Put your TV on mute for me.
Mute, you said. That's on mute, Bobo.
How you doing, my man?
About the same, but I'm still hurting for certain now. I called to give my condolences out to the Davidson family. You know, I knew them, I knew of them. I used to go into the store a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
WJ and Chucky and Mr. Billy and all of them. And we used to have a lot of good times around the holidays because they'd always make up homemade ice cream and get the fried chicken going, and they'd always invite us because we used to work at Mies No Terrible and me and Big Lou. And we always used to have a little shindig around Christmas time.
Yeah, you were talking about you were talking about the Davidsons. There they are. There's the mayor right there.
Yeah, and every time I got to talk with Mr. Charles, I never did call him the mayor. I just called him Mr. Charles.
Well, because that's the way he acted. He didn't put himself on a pedestal because he was the mayor, and that's what I liked about him. He was just
ordinary average guy, bruh. That's right, you know, and
yeah.
Me and him would talk for, at least 20, 30 minutes, then I said, well, Mr. Charles, I gotta go. But I just wanted to give my condolences out to the family, Chucky and WJ, because they knew me pretty good. They always knew Tricky Ricky, no matter what.
All right, Ricky.
But as far as another angle here, when you can put up that chalkboard, son?
Wait, go ahead and say that one more time.
When are you gonna put up that chalkboard, son?
Oh, the chalkboard. When y'all give me time and y'all ain't talking about everything else under the sun.
Okay, well, the people are counting on you because I've been talking to a few people and they're kind of concur with me.
I thought I was verbally giving you the chalkboard every night.
Oh, no. As a freaking television personality, I would consider it your job to do something about letting the people know.
Hey, if you don't think I've been letting people know all these years, you watching the wrong channel.
Well,
I've been digging it. I dig into everything. I dig into everything. You know that.
I know, but you said you was gonna do it, and I know, like I said, I know you've been busy, but I can guarantee you, if you was to put up that school board chalkboard, how fast would these politicians start acting right? I mean, and is it true that they can't put no more video poker truck stops because some of the politicians stopped that? Is that true?
No, there's so many different rules that go with truck stops and everything. It gets pretty complicated. It would take a whole show to explain that one factor alone.
Okay, well, that's what somebody told me. I said, well, look at this. They get in office, and they cut them off at the knees. That way they get all the money.
Well, all right there, partner.
All right, well,
Take
you
care.
have a good night. And like I said, I'm going to give me a shout-out to my boy, cousin Trent, the godfather of Doolage.
All right.
Y'all have a good night.
All right, Ricky, take care. HTV, welcome to Bayou Time. You're on. Go ahead, please.
Good evening, Martin.
How you doing tonight?
Doing all right. So why don't we pass a law that prohibits all welfare recipients access to the Jerry Springer Show?
You know, when I said that, I said, I know somebody's going to come. Somebody likes Jerry Springer out there. I wasn't so much making reference to Jerry Springer as I was to the person laying on the couch. But
well,
you're entitled to like Jerry Springer because I had people in my family used to watch Jerry Springer, so it don't matter.
Hell, I know people that lay on that couch, and they're some of the smartest people in the community.
Oh, I agree, but you missed my point, I think, you know.
Well, what you think about Rupert Murdoch?
Oh, I think if he was doing all that, then they need to slap him hard. I mean, if he's buying information and doing it, you know, unethically, there's nothing that separates him from anybody else. He should be come down upon.
Yeah, I think it has something to do with invasion of privacy, huh?
Well, I mean, it's wrong at that level, any level. I mean, that would be like me going out and paying Homo Police or somebody else for information. You just don't do it. And speaking of, that's a good blooper right there, huh? See, but it's just wrong. You don't do that at any level of journalism, and that's why you see some people will pay for interviews, and some agencies won't pay at all. And
I didn't hear any of our local officials talk about the failure of that bill requiring welfare recipients to be tested for drugs.
Yeah, no, they had some callers on that on previous show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was brought up on several.
Well, I see that you got budget cuts up there. I thought the Republicans were going to go big on the cuts, you know, but
yeah.
It doesn't look like they want to give up anything in terms of revenue. I think this is the first time in history where war has not been financed by raising revenue by the government. These two wars by George W. Bush, one funded, and this is the first time in 200 years. It's never been done before, and it doesn't look like they want to budge on raising the revenue to pay for the war. How are we going to pay for this war?
All I know is one thing, I can't wait. Well, I say I can't wait, but you know I actually can, because once the rhetoric starts on both sides, it's going to be interesting to hear the campaign trail. And I'm not just talking about on the Republican side or Democrat. I want to hear the Tea Party. I want to hear the Republicans, the Democrats, the Independents. I want to hear all the rhetoric that's going to start flying around about budget cuts, because you know everybody's going to get blamed for the budget crisis, and the spin is going to be unbelievable.
You know, Martin, what bothers me the most, they talk about putting Social Security on the chopping block. But Social Security is not government money. That's payroll funded. Everybody in this country pays for that.
That's right.
It's our money.
That's right.
These are not taxes. That's our future. That's our security. How in the hell can they talk about cutting Social Security? That's beyond me. That's my money.
Yeah, that's piggy bank money.
For the life of me, Martin, I can't understand why Republicans suggest that we need to cut back on benefits when it's our money.
Yeah, you're cutting out, but I get your point, but I appreciate you calling, but I'm sort of losing you.
Out here, good night, Martin.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye. HTV, welcome to Bayou Time. You're on. Go ahead, please.
Good afternoon, Martin.
How you doing, sir?
Okay, first of all, I wouldn't vote for David Duke for dog catcher.
Okay.
Talking about the turtles, Martin, and the turtle device of killing them turtles in the shrimp net, they ain't telling the people the truth. There's all this pollution we got in the water out there, getting them turtles sick and they dying. They don't want to come up with the truth. They want to put the blames on the fishermen all the time.
Yeah.
So they hurt the fishermen. Another one I'd like to know, Martin, how come Brother Caldwell don't bring his face back on HTV and talk about BP, all the fishermen they screwed and get the fishermen nut? You don't see his face not coming on there no more. What's wrong with him?
You know, that's a good idea. I got to call him, see if I can get him back on.
Huh?
I got to call him to see if I can get him back on.
Yeah. I wonder why he never showed up back on TV since that. I never seen him back since the BP spill, bro.
Well, we're gonna give him a call, and I'm sure I could get him to come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll give him a shot.
And talk about the budget cut, Mark. Why they don't talk about cutting all this money they throwing away overseas, giving to our enemies and all this money they give, to other countries and all. Why they don't cut that off? Take care of their people over here first, Mark. Like you said, people who don't deserve to be on welfare, cut them off. If they could work, put them to work. I don't care. They're picking up garbage side of the road.
Look at all the money we gave to Pakistan, and that didn't work.
Yeah. Mark, you know who ought to get welfare, bro? People like your dad who've been in the military. Old people who've been in the military, fighting, risk their life and all for this country. They're the one who ought to be deserving get this because they work for it. They put their life on the line for this. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's people who never paid nothing, don't want to work. That's how I look at it, boy.
No, I agree, and I'm saying that's a perfect example. A person like my dad who went to World War II in Korea and came back home and went back on his own to continue fight because his friends were there. You're right, they've earned their way. But somebody just sitting around not doing anything who just don't want to work, that's a bunch of baloney. I agree with you.
You see, they ought to get the best Medicare, too. They ought to get the best Medicare they got because they deserve it, boy. Like I said, they put their life on the line over there. They deserve all this, man.
You're telling it like it is.
Not people who never want to work, don't want to do nothing for this country. People don't want to go in the military. They the one getting everything, boy. Now, I don't understand that no more, man.
Yeah.
Just like our enemy we fought, like Japan and all. Look, they're making them rich. They attacked us. We didn't attack them. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't understand our government no more. They said we going broke, but all this time you hear they sending billions and billions of dollars overseas. You know, they get you mad and frustrated, you know.
Yeah, we got our priorities.
Just like Starbury there. I believe they ought to put him in jail because he fooled a lot of poor fishermen out there who deserved to get something. They didn't get nothing, you know. Yeah. They could have checked on them people that fish and all, you know.
That was a song
and dance. Go by their
license.
See how long they've been fishing,
That was a song and dance. They danced around till people got tired of hearing it and they disappear.
I hope you get Buddy Caldwell on there because I like to talk to him on there and ask him a couple of questions.
All right, thank you, sir.
Okay, you're welcome, Martin. Have a good night.
You too, bye-bye. All right, we do have to take a break. Come right back to the phone lines. And coming up shortly, some interviews and remembrances of Mayor Charles Davidson. It's all next.